Find a comfortable seated position and lengthen up through your spine. Roll the shoulders back and down and lift your head at the level of the horizon. Close your eyes and welcome in your first few conscious breaths of the practice. Now, as we're stepping into yoga ceremony, we're making an internal shift to really step into our breath and our physical body. So notice as you're breathing here, what you're coming in with. What are you picking up on in terms of the physical body? Are there any particular areas that feel tight or closed off, dull, or stagnant in terms of the energy? And noticing even what your emotional tone to the practice is. How do you feel to be seated here? And with these next few breaths, just internally shifting your attention to welcome in space for growth and curiosity. Working with a very particular theme today in our yoga practice. And that theme is fascinating and celebrating what you can do in your practice. So, as we're moving into some familiar poses, can you brighten up and rediscover what these poses feel like in your body from a place of curiosity? And if these are new poses to you, can you celebrate what you can do in them? So not looking at it from a deficiency perspective, but actually really getting excited about what accessibility you have to feeling and bringing new aliveness into these muscles and into your way of being. Now take a deep breath in and then exhale. Take the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. And speaking of aliveness, we're going to use Kapalabhati breath today, which is a very enlivening breath. Kapalabhati uses the lower abdominals to expel out the carbon in the body and to tone and engage the lower abdominals. This is very good for the digestive, immune, and excretory systems. So, bring the fingertips behind you onto your bolster. And if your wrists are sensitive, make a fist and place those onto the bolster. We're going to work with 45 pumps. The beginning of the breath is to take a half an inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, the low belly pulls into the spine. You only hear the exhales. That's where the attention and the exertion is. So watch in my abdomen as I do 3 pumps of Kapalabhati. So let's begin. Take half an inhale through the nose. Exhale. Begin to slow the breath down. Take a deep inhale, telescoping the ribs up. Hold the breath and bring the hands onto the kneecaps. relaxing the shoulders and really tapping into this abundance of oxygen that's circulating within your core. Then open up your mouth, exhale the breath out. Bring the hands forward. Without breathing, pull your belly muscles in and up towards the face, chin towards the chest. And then gently relax the belly. Inhale, walk your hands back. Take one hand to the forehead and exhale, guide your head back up. And then take the hands back onto the knees for seated cat-cow tilts. As you inhale, lift the heart and the chest, rolling the hands back to the hips. Exhale, take your chin into the chest, hands to the kneecaps, round your spine. Inhale again, lift up through the chin, roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale, chin to the chest, round the spine. Again, deep inhale as you open up and free the front body. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale, lift up through the chin. Take the hands back, toes flexed. Exhale, round your spine. Now inhale, take the shoulders back, lift your head at the level of the horizon. And if the hips need additional support, bring the blocks underneath them to support the knees. Take a deep inhale, reaching up through the arms. Exhale, interlace the hands and reach them up, shoulders low. Take a deep inhale. On exhale, take it over to the left side of your mat in a side bend, feeling for a relaxed neck and a heavy weight in the right glute and sit bone. Take a full inhale, expanding the lungs. And exhale. On the inhalation, bring it back up to center. Exhale, take it over to the right side of the room in a seated side bend. Letting the head relax, take a deep breath in. Exhale your breath out. On the inhale, gently bring it all the way back to neutral. And exhale, hands right behind the back of the skull. Inhale, open up the elbows, chin lifts. Exhale, take the chin to the chest. So we're working the cervical spine, the back of the neck, shoulders low. The rest of the spine is flat. It's not rounding here. Inhale, open up the elbows. And exhale, take your chin to the chest. Holding the pressure, light pressure, in the back of the skull. Take a deep breath in to the back of the neck muscles. Exhale. Inhale, gently bring it back up. And exhale, release. Come onto your back for twisting abs with a block. Close the legs. And just place one block off to the side. One block will stay with you. Bolster off to the side. Placing the block right in between the thighs. Now if your block is narrow, if it's a thinner block like this, take it this wide apart. If it's a thicker block, then take it this way. Back sensitive folks and beginners to abdominals, keep your feet on the ground. If you are non-back sensitive and you've been doing a lot of core activity and exercises, you can start with stage 2, flexing the toes back. If you're not sure which to begin with, bring the feet onto the ground. Interlace your hands behind your head. And coming back to the intention, so in abs, we can often get frustrated and disgruntled. Fascinate here on your breath and how much access that gives you to feeling in this pose. Take a deep inhale into the lower back muscles. Hold the breath, squeeze your thighs together. Exhale, press top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, and bring elbows towards the left side. Both shoulder blades are up. Pull low belly in towards the spine. Inhale, bring it back to center, staying off the shoulder blades. Hold the breath, squeeze the thighs. Exhale, press top rim of the sacrum down, curl tailbone up, and reach elbows to the right side. Pull low belly in towards the face. Inhale, bring it back to center. Relaxing in the neck, but not the shoulders. Hold the breath and squeeze your thighs together. Exhale, press the top rim of the sacrum, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows reach straight up to the sky. Working the upper abs, and then pull low belly in to engage lower abs. Inhale, rest head and shoulders down. Welcoming in the new sensation and aliveness. Take a deep inhale again into the lower back muscles. Hold the breath. Squeeze the thighs. Exhale, press top rim of the sacrum down, curl tailbone up. Bring elbows slightly left, shoulders up. Pull low stomach muscles in. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Hold the breath. Squeeze the block, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, press the top rim of the sacrum down. And reach elbows towards the right. Pull low belly in, feeling for the core as it starts to heat up. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Hold the breath again. Squeeze the thighs. Press top rim of the sacrum down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows reach straight up to the sky. Relaxing through the face, jaw, and the back of the neck. Inhale, rest your head and shoulders down. Again, hold the breath here. Squeeze the insides of the thighs. Feel the connection to the core. Exhale, press top rim of the sacrum down, curl tailbone up. Exhaling, taking elbows to the left. Pull low belly down. Inhale, back to neutral. Hold the breath, squeeze the thighs. Exhale, press the top rim of sacrum down, curl the tailbone up. Elbows go right. Pull low belly in. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Hold the breath, stay with it here. Squeeze your thighs. You've got this. Exhale, press top rim of the sacrum down. Curl tailbone up and reach elbows a little higher. Feel the burn, and as that burn comes in, celebrate how alive, how vibrant your core is. Pull low belly in, and on the inhalation, rest head, shoulders, and feet down if they're elevated as well. Now, instead of going into a story or a judgment or even perhaps blame for that, what if you took that energy, touched it with your hands, and started to spread that energy through the rest of the body? So bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana here. Take a deep inhale into the belly. Exhale the breath out. And pledging to yourself that with this new way of working, this new way of deciding how to use your energy for empowerment, that you'll recognize it and let it be felt. Let it land instead of breezing right by it and missing its effects on a visceral level. Let's bring the hands down onto the tops of the quads here. So this is back tractioning in Baddha Konasana, a way of deepening the hip opening while also stretching the lower back. So I'm very meticulous about this cue in alignment. The heel of your hand is going to come right into the crevice of where your quad meets your top of the hip. And then on the inhale, take a deep breath in. Your shoulders may hike up, and that's okay for this one pose. On exhale, push down into the heels of the hands. Feel for creating a few inches more freedom and space in the lower back and hip joint. Now inhale, let the pressure subside. Again, exhale, press down through the heel of the hand, move the thigh away from the hip joint. And notice how the back responds. One more time, inhale, let your hand pressure subside. Again, exhale, push down through the heel of the hand, move the muscles, the quads away from the hip and the hip joint. And then inhale, soften the face. Exhale, bringing the pressure off of the thighs, close the legs back to center, and take the knees into the chest. And then gently roll on over to the right side of your mat. Leave your head to hang into the right shoulder as you press on up, using the right palm to gently guide your head back up. And then take your blocks to the very front of your mat at the highest level. Place your bolster about 2/3 of the way back on your mat for knee support. And then stand on your feet. Take your feet hips distance wide, shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, pull low belly in and pivot forward to come into your forward bend. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, chest to the thighs, forward bend. Inhale, set the left foot over to the center of the mat. Bring the right knee into the center of chest. A little bit of balancing to play with here. Exhale, extend the right leg back, bending the knee, and bringing the knee down onto the bolster. Blocks can transition back, inch the left foot forward. As you inhale, lengthen up through the spine, light pressure on the blocks. And exhale, hips forward and down. So feeling for the hip stretch in this lunge and the hip flexor, the quad. The knee is right above the ankle joint, toes flexed back. Close the eyes, and if that's not available, just gaze down so that your attention is focused. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, feeling down into the hips as these muscles are starting to lengthen in a new way. Now the option to up level to work with a little bit more balance is available to you. If you'd like to go into stage 2, then inhale, lighten the pressure on the blocks and reach the arms up. If that's too much for you, you can always take the hands onto the hips or palms together in prayer position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath out and the tension out. On your next exhale, hands down to the blocks, transitioning into nomad's pose. This targets more of the back of the leg, the calf, and Achilles tendon. So inhale, shift the blocks back to the bolster. Lift off of the sole of the foot and fold on exhale, chest to the thigh. This one's deep, so take it slow and breathe to support and celebrate the aliveness, the sensation The fact that you even can feel these things is something that is worth celebrating. You have aliveness and muscles that are replenishing here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your front knee. Transitioning the blocks to frame the front foot for twisting lunge. Inhale, tuck the back toes under. Exhale, lift back leg. Inhale, shift a little bit of weight onto the left hand. Right hand comes onto the hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, pull low belly in, starting to twist the mid part of the back over to the right side of the room. Lean the head to hang and feel. Are you struggling? Are you going into victim mode in the pose, or are you breathing to invite in the first wave of challenge and sensation? Inhale, bring the right arm up, provided you need the additional challenge. And feel with your breath for really acknowledging what your body is demonstrating. What is it showing up and providing to you? Looking at it from an abundance perspective. On the exhale, bring the hand down, bring the back knee down. And then inhale, bend your front knee, lifting up. Take the blocks forward, transitioning with the knee in towards the chest. Neck relaxed. Inhale, set the feet underneath the hips distance wide, forward bend. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale, shift the right foot over to the center of the mat. And exhale, bend your left knee into the chest. On the inhale, extend left leg back. Bring the back knee down onto the bolster. And inch the right foot forward and to the right. Working with lunge. Bring the blocks back to frame the front foot. And then inhale, telescope the ribs up. Exhale, hips come forward and down, and letting your upper body release. Let it kind of mirror this release that's happening in the lower part of the hips and pelvis. Pressing down through the top of the toes, back foot. Inhale, lengthen. Lengthening in the breath. As you feel top of the thigh, hip flexors stretching, engage the toes on the front foot so that the knee has its support too. Toes are actively spreading. Inhale, shift the weight back into nomad's pose. Blocks come back to frame more towards the bolster, lifting through the sole of the foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the elbows, chest down to the thigh. And nomad's pose goes deeply into the calf, deeply into Achilles. So breathe down into this part of the body and give it all of your undivided attention, a willingness to fascinate on its growth and its changes in this sequence. On the inhalation, bend your front knee. Bring the blocks forward to frame the front foot. So much like we need physical support and encouragement, we also need encouragement and and support for our emotional body and our spiritual body. That's what this practice serves for. So tuck your toes, and as you come into twisting lunge, back knee comes up. Clear your expectations. Clear what you think will happen or what you think won't happen. Breathe in and feel what's here right now. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, left hand to the hip, turning left shoulder up, and notice how the neck wants to do the leading. Release the head and give your neck a gift of relaxing here. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Option for an up level with balance. Reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Reposition. And then take a moment with the back knee down. Just feel your breath. And then exhale, lift back knee for the transition. Walk the blocks forward. Inhale, bend the front knee, lift for balance. Exhale, knee into the chest, around the spine. Inhale, set the foot down, separate your feet hips distance wide and fold. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms out to the sides as the belly pulls in to support the back. Exhale, tuck your tailbone hands to heart center. And then open your eyes and bring your blocks away from your mat. Bring your bolster off to the side. For back release pose, which also gets into the outer hip. So lay on your back, and you may need your strap for this one. We'll know in a moment. Keep your left foot on the ground, and inhale, take the right ankle across your left thigh. Now you may need a strap for this one, so have it close by. On the inhale, lift up through your right foot, taking the foot at the height of the knee, and reaching on exhale, left hand through the legs, the right hand through the legs, and the left hand behind your thigh, interlacing the hands, either behind the thigh, or if you want to up level, reaching them in front of the shins. Flex all 10 toes back. And if the hands don't clasp, use a strap behind the left thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, gently guide the leg back. And feel as your right glute and sit bone begin to stretch further. Now know that you can do this pose as well on the back with a wall, bringing the foot. So in this case, your left foot onto the wall at the height of your knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale your breath out. Shoulders relax. And opening deep rhythmic breath down into the hips and into the glute. Next breath, inhale, release the bind of the hands or the strap. Bring the foot, the left foot down, and exhale, uncross the ankles. Let's take the left ankle this time on top of the right quad. Flex the toes back. On the inhale, lift your right foot up. Again, if you're at a wall, bring the right foot onto the wall. Exhale, reach your left hand through the legs, right hand through to clasp the hands behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, guide the legs back to the point that you feel a deep stretch in the gluteal muscle and perhaps some of the inner thigh as well. Taking full advantage of how much more access to breath you have now that you've warmed up the muscles of the diaphragm, or you've twisted to build elasticity and range and motion. So take your deepest breath of the entire practice here. And celebrate how far you've come in shifting how much breath you can take. Expanding the quality of your life. Inhale. Exhale, gently release, bringing the foot down and releasing left ankle away from the quad. Bringing yourself into Shavasana here, so if you'd like a bolster for your knees again, just taking a moment and placing a bolster right underneath the knees. You can either bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana or extending the legs straight out depending on how your hips and legs feel and what they need. Take the soles of the feet, let them rest, knees and legs sickle out to the sides. And then shoulders relax down from the ears, palms to face up alongside of the hips. And with a very relaxed breath, begin once more to release your body's weight into the earth. Letting go in any closing of the jaw, literally bringing the tongue down away from the bridge of the mouth. As you rest in Shavasana, the feeling of energy flowing, circulating through the veins, and perhaps even picking up on the vibrant pulse within your heart as it beats, are all great places to place your attention to. Know that if at any point in time a thought, an idea, a distraction comes in, that it was purposely put there in life for you to just observe it, to allow yourself to choose to stay present, and just as if you were watching a leaf floating downstream, allow the thought, the idea, the distraction to drift right on by and dissolve. Feel your first few conscious breaths coming back into your awareness. And letting your intuition guide you in moving whatever body part feels called to move first. Integrate this movement, celebrate that connection to intuition. The fact that you can listen and hear yourself and trust that what you choose is coming from your highest good of intention, from your highest and wisest self. Gently take your knees into the chest. Hands on the kneecaps. As you exhale, circle the knees around a few times, stimulating your lower back. Reminding yourself that each time you practice, you become, again, more limber. There's more freedom and less more pleasure that comes in to the day-to-day life. Let's bring your body over to the right side in a fetal position. And with your eyes closed, take a deep breath in. Exhale, pressing up with a very relaxed head to the left shoulder, right shoulder that is. And gently guide your head back up, finding play even when you find yourself doing the opposite. It's always a beautiful gift to celebrate, is playfulness and laughter. Come on to a comfortable seated position, placing your bolster right beneath you. And then sit up nice and tall. Bring the palms of the hands together and close your eyes. Welcoming in this new and delicious feeling that your practice is gifting you with. That's something worth celebrating. And as we close our yoga ceremony, gifting this beautiful, radiant energy that you have within you, gifting it into the next experience, and blessing that experience with your best quality self. Take a deep breath in. And we bow forward, honoring and acknowledging the wisdom, the truth, and the beauty that resides. Namaste.